Okay, we're good and live. So
Yes, sir.
we won't quite start recording yet. We'll give
That's
it a
fine.
second. I'm gonna make sure everything is good.
I
So what
gotta
we'll do
share
is
it
we'll
to
give it
people.
like a good
Yeah.
maybe 10, 15 minutes
Yeah, that's
before
fine.
we actually like
Run it.
before we I'm diving in, before we pull a Stephen Curtis before we pull a Stephen Curtis Chapman,
Have you ever listened to that record and realized that it's basically just him trying to make his version of Genesis, like a Genesis record?
Well, I think you just blew my mind off.
Yeah. Think about it. The
Oh yeah, it's like a weird house element, but it's like
Yep.
Christian.
Yeah, it's like UK like Genesis type stuff with like the rototones.
And it's like that sense is like that's a good
They
song.
like go off in the distance, dude. I will say production on that record, top.
I love the intense like almost like U2 guitar. The
Yeah,
that
dude,
is a
no,
weird song. Like
It's
for
a
its
very
time,
weird song.
like even now it's a weird song. But all right, so this is kind of sort of how it's going to start off. Like we're just kind of
Yep.
like going back and forth talking about stupid stuff. I'm going to make sure that I link the actual podcast to my community tab. If you could do me the favor, since I don't want to pull up Discord, just link it in
Yep.
my
will do.
Discord or your Discord, wherever you want to just
I
link
will
it in
link
the Discord.
in all of the Discords.
Yeah. I don't care how smart I get, I'll never be good at Discord. Live with our first podcast. With the first episode of our podcast.
I can't put it in the updates tab, but I put it in general.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, the same thing. As long as you add everyone.
I don't think I can add everyone.
Oh, can you not? I'll see.
Let me.
Oh, maybe I can do it from my.
Oh, I can add everyone.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
If you
you
don't
gave
have
me
that
the ability
permission,
to
I
do
need to
that.
give that to you.
Yeah, you gave it to me.
Okay. Sweet. All right. That's very cool. Everything sounds good. Everything's like, we worked very hard to get this. Like it took us like 3 or 4 hours
I know,
to
man.
like get the look and everything to it, and then like the next time we started doing it, it was like perfect. So, and then we'll leave the live VOD up. Actually, I can monitor this live from my phone, which is really cool. I can just have it right here.
Yep, and make sure everything works. Why don't you go ahead and check the stream and make sure everything's all good?
Oh yeah, it looks awesome on my end. Hold on, check it out.
Check it out.
Why don't you go ahead and check the stream and make sure everything's all good?
There we go.
Oh yeah, it looks awesome on my end.
Not even on that bad of a delay.
Oh, we're amazing. We're doing great.
Hey.
Doing the Lord's work is what we're doing.
the Lord's work.
Okay, so once I
Hold on,
pull this
I'm
pull this
gonna
chat
put
up,
it in
we
the
might-
booty-ass music.
oh yeah, the booty ass music chat. That one dude who was just
That
booty,
one dude.
who described the band called Love as booty ass music. That's gonna
Yep.
age like chocolate milk. I'm
Dude.
sorry, that's not a good take. Not a good take.
It's gonna age so well that it's gonna turn into a positive thing.
I know, it's like chocolate milk in the Sahara. So
Yeah.
all right, so you ready to? We're dropping a bunch of frames. Crazy, but everything's good on the stream end.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right, it's probably just our internet. It's being
Probably.
wonky. But anyways, I'm gonna record this. So that's the
Yep.
cool part. In the event that like the stream bugs out for whatever reason, we have it recorded. And it's like,
Yup.
if you were there, you were there.
Yep.
All
So if you're
right.
watching this in post, you're not.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's funny. I might leave that in. All right. If you're watching this in post, you're not. In post vision. Okay, so I'm going to start recording. I'm like in real time figuring out how to introduce it.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, happy Monday, everybody. How are we doing today? And this is Things We Like
All
with
right.
Drew and Brooks.
All right,
It's a show where we
let
talk
you do
about
that.
things
I'm gonna
we
let you
like.
do that one more time.
That's fine.
All right.
Give me the thumbs up.
You ready?
Thumbs up. Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Thumbs up. Happy Monday, everybody. This is Things We Like with Drew and Brooks, the show where we talk about things we like. Welcome in. Brooks, how are you doing?
I'm amazing. Amazing. We're dropping frames like crazy, but I think it's my internet because I always have stupid ass internet problems or tech issues. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how prepared I am. It's like the little green square in the bottom. I could test it. I could
And it won't work right.
Whatever. It doesn't matter because the universe is against me.
Because technology hates you, Brooks.
That's true. So anyway, this is our first episode. This is something, I mean, Andrew is the podcast king. But for me, I've never done this before. It looks great because Andrew and I, we workshopped this like little soldiers for like 4 hours. Like 3 or 4 hours, and then we got it looking great. You know, he got the background. And I love the orange. I love just the aesthetic of everything. But it's cool. I'm happy. Oh, Ghost, what's up, dude? And Blake, the effing boys, and Chloe.
Yoy!
What are y'all doing early? What are y'all doing up this early?
Good morning, everybody. I hope you have also brought your coffee.
Oh, yeah, us. I didn't make mine yet because I slept. I got to be honest. I slept like trash. Like I could not sleep to save my life. And so I'm... Oh, Chloe just woke up. I'm like looking at chat on my phone. I need 3 monitors for this. But if the stream is laggy, if it's weird, just yell at me. Just point your fingers and laugh, and it's my fault. So the first topic that we're going to be talking about today, also, all this is going to be recorded and posted on the actual channel, but the live VOD is going to be live on my channel for indefinitely unless the thing just decides to shit the bed. Okay, so
but there will be, to be specific, there will be another Things We Like channel that like we said, the edits of all of this
it'll
is going to live on, and so we'll make sure to tag.
But anyways, good morning, Ghost, our lovely Blake Aldrich, handsome dude, and then Chloe.
Glad to have people in chat this morning.
They're good friends of mine. Ghost and Chloe have been around forever, and they're awesome. I haven't met Ghost yet, but I met Chloe at AWA. Just
sick.
Great person, good family. So anyways, today we're going to be talking about hyper-specific things we like, just to kind of kick off our
5.
Yeah, so each of us have 5 things. Okay, Siri, flip a coin.
It's tails.
What did you pick?
Heads.
Okay. So I'll go first.
All right, there we go.
Oh, no, Siri, that you're done. Okay, I'll go first. So
all right.
One of my first, someday we will meet, absolutely, Ghost. I'm also, again, I'm like, so Ghost is from Canada. So I'm going to have to take the trek up there eventually. Fun fact, I had this old, I'll get into things I like in a second, but I had this old headphone headset, like it's like an aux headset kind of deal that I used to make videos on when I was like over a decade ago. I think I sent it to Ghost, so he has that. It's just in his house now, which is really cool. That's how Dylan and I used to make videos a long time ago. Anyway, number 1 for me is gonna be something really simple and really silly.
Yeah.
But I like, some might even say love, when people cancel plans on me.
I understand this so deeply.
No, I know. I knew you would. I knew
Oh
you
my
would.
gosh.
I love it. It's like, oh man, like you start
It's
the
so
week and you're just like,
freeing.
oh, I got to do this. I have to, I got to go to Thursday rehearsals. I have to do this. I have to meet with these people. I have to this. I have to this. And somebody texts you or calls you. It's like, hey, can we reschedule? Can we actually do this? Can we actually do that? I'm like, thank
Oh,
you,
God.
Lord. Thank God. Because then I don't have to do anything.
Dude, yeah, and you could just chill.
Oh, it's the best. It's like
Dude.
one little tiny thing. I think as adults, that's
Yeah.
like a
amount
very
of relief.
satisfying thing that we get to enjoy. But it's like, if we were younger, if we had more time than when we were kids, that would bum us out. It's like, oh, I was going to go hang out at X's house, Like,
Yeah.
but no,
So
it's...
I have a story about this that literally happened on Friday.
Oh, good.
So, I'm friends with a comedian.
Mm-hmm. I'm right here.
You know Shama.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, Shama. Yeah. Shout out
Yeah,
to
you know
Shama.
Shama. Me and Shama do work for this other comedian named John Christ. You might know who he is.
I
He
saw
does a lot of
one of his
stuff.
shorts recently, and I was like, I'm gonna take from this because it was
He's
good. It was really good.
Yeah, he's really good. But he's very funny. So we've done some work with him. We've kind of become somewhat friends with him and his kind of crew. And he was in Greenville on Friday, and he got all of us tickets to his, because he does stand up, so he's doing a stand up tour right now. And literally, me and Erin went to dinner, and she looked at me and was like, Andrew, like, I really want to go to this show, but also, like, what if we just, like, went and got dessert and then went home and went to bed? And I was like, listen, I have never wanted to cancel plans immediately. I was looking for a reason to cancel plans. But I
dude.
was also like, my guy is here from Nashville, and I don't want to, like, not see him.
I know that's like a rock and a hard place. That's why, first of all, Aaron is the bomb. Second of all,
she literally
two
sangria in hand was like, let's go home.
yeah, literally two things. You have Aaron and you have Micah.
I know.
That's the reason you have kids, bro. Is to
have
like
excuses to not do
sorry,
things.
Micah exists. I gotta get to the house. Like, and
Yeah.
you know what? John has kids, I think. Does he? I don't know him. I really
Chris?
don't know.
No. John's not even married.
Oh, okay. But okay. So that helps me contextualize it a little bit better. But
Yeah,
anyway, Aaron and Micah. That's why you get married. That's why you have kids. I would use that all the time. Oh, sorry, my wife's not feeling great. Or sorry, my kid, he was born.
Needs me to be home. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was born.
My kid needs me. So like,
Well, we had already done the due diligence of pawning our child off on my mother for the evening, and he was staying the night with her.
yeah.
And so honestly, that's even more of a reason where Aaron was like, we could go home with no kid
yeah.
and just sleep.
That would be rad.
But yeah,
That is
no,
a
I
very
totally,
so that's my
I
first
feel
thing.
you.
I love it.
No, I
it's
feel you.
like such a luxury the older we get to like when people are like, hey
Yeah.
man, like, can we do this like next week? Can we do this like?
Yeah.
So what is your first
all right.
like? Because
First-
I haven't heard any of these. Like we didn't rehearse this. Like we
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
tell each other beforehand. We're like,
Yeah.
I need to know.
It's more fun when we don't know.
I know. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
So first thing is, and you'll know what I'm talking about with this. All right. So it's when you're perusing, and it could be a band, or it could be like a YouTuber, or it could be like a TV show or something, and you just like go down this rabbit hole and stumble upon a thing, and
Mhm.
it's like, nobody knows about this piece of media, and I have now found this gem, this diamond in the rough. And
Yeah.
it's like, nobody knows who this is, and this is like a thing just for me to enjoy now.
Mm-hmm.
I love that feeling when you find those pieces of media. Is just like honestly the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah. When I find something just like so off the wall hilarious and I have to send it to like all of you guys in the group chat.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, they
yeah.
need to witness
Yeah.
this because it doesn't take much. Anybody who watches anything that I do knows that for me to laugh at something it's literally like dangling keys in front of my face. Like, it's just very easy to get me to crack up. One of the funniest things I saw recently, which I forgot about, it was the I forgot his name. Is like, let me look it up. We might actually
while you're doing that,
we might actually be going.
You can look it up there.
Yeah. Oh, it's the bowler is Pete Weber.
Oh, okay.
And I think you know who I'm talking. Oh, here's our transition to. Look at that!
Whoa.
Oh, I'm on the wrong Chrome thing. Hold on, let me.
Dang it!
Let me switch to the right Chrome. There it is. So this.
But yeah, we made it.
Yeah, we did. So this is a good way to test this. This is one of the funniest things I forgot about. But this is the kind of thing that's like, oh my God, nobody knows who this guy is. Like, you have to know. He just.
Strike to claim it. A strike to claim it. And he got it! Are you kidding me? That's right. Who do you think you
I love that he's like fully mic'd up.
Yeah, he goes, who do you think you are? I am. And that doesn't make any sense. And then the comments are amazing. When he passes away, his gravestone will read Pete Weber. Whoever you thought you were, he was.
Where I am.
Who do you think you are? I am. But like, yeah, I know exactly the feeling you mean when he's like, you find something. I hope that was loud enough. I have no damn clue.
Oh yeah,
but
it was.
Ryan, go to bed, Ryan. Ryan Love in the chat. That's incredible. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, Chloe has very.
That's so good.
Chloe's sense of humor matches mine very much. So like every time.
Yeah.
If I do that to Chloe, like I'll find things and I'll send it to them, and
oh yeah.
Also, shut up, Ryan Love. No, Ryan's the best. Ryan,
yeah, dude,
Ryan's the greatest.
Finding those things for me is like, you find. I think it happens a lot of times with bands, right?
Oh,
where you'll
yeah.
find a band and you're like, oh, this is my new obsession.
See, like I'm
and,
super normie,
like,
so like I can never do that. Oh,
yeah.
Good morning, Hannah. That's my actual reaction when I identify a bird on a walk. Oh yeah, after it flies away.
Yes, exactly.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Yes, I am.
And it's just gone. Yeah, there was one time Hannah and I were at a show with her husband Tristan. He goes, "Shut up." Ryan just said, don't go up. Love you, boys. We love you too, Ryan. You're the best. the best frontman, singer, songwriter, man I've ever met. Anyways,
but yeah, no, like finding like those singer, songwriter people or like the artists or bands. Like I was like that with Sleep Token in like 2018. When it was like
yours comes from like a sentimental, like, yeah, this is good art.
Yeah.
Like this is like really cool. Everybody needs to know it. Mine's like brain dead, like unga bunga, like bowling. But
bowling.
Yeah, Hannah and I were at a show.
Whoever you think you are, I am.
Hannah and I were at a show, and her husband Tristan was there, and we found like a bird's nest.
Yeah.
And if only I had, in hindsight, I should have just literally done the same thing. I should have just done the same thing there. Master Quest, morning,
That's
y'all.
funny.
What's up? Good morning, Master Quest. We're just shooting the shit.
Some chats.
Anyway, okay, so my second favorite thing, just ever, of the list of things we picked.
Yes, of the list.
2 words. City Pop. City pop
Okay.
makes me want to go.
I don't know what that
"Oh."
is. I need you to tell me.
Oh,
what this
so
is.
speaking of discovering new things, so City Pop. Oh
Yes.
yeah, it was so cool. Little birds chilling at the venue. It was a good time. It was hot as hell, but it was outdoors too. But City Pop is 80s J-pop, and that's where you get all of the
Yeah.
vaporwave stuff from. So
Oh,
like
okay.
when people
okay,
take
yes.
they'll like sample
I have
those
context
things.
for this.
Yeah, so they'll sample those songs. Like there's a song called Mystic Composer, and it's like
Yeah.
but there's
And then they'll
I-
sample that into like a vaporwave song.
yeah, I know 2 songs off the top of my head. Don't know the names of them, but I know that I know of at least 2 songs that like they'll stretch it out and slow it down. Like vaporwave is like a producer's like fantasy, honestly.
Yeah.
So from somebody that comes
yeah.
from your background is like, oh, so like they all this old J-pop. So historical context for it is like in the 80s, Japan was like the economy was just exploding. They were in a bubble, right? And then like, you know, they were making like they made the Walkman in the 80s. They had like technology, they had all this crazy. So their economy was insane. So the music reflects the times. So it's like a lot of it they had like some sad songs. But like
Sure.
most of it, I would say like 80%, 80% of it is just like really happy, upbeat, the like really crazy bass lines. And the bass lines of city pop stuff is just so intricate and really technically good. Like Japanese musicians are amazing. If you've ever heard any anime OP, of course, you know that. But these are the OGs. They came from like the 80s, and they're like these amazing session musicians who are just crazy. Would you call city pop transcendent?
like,
yes, I would, Hannah. Absolutely.
Would you consider somebody like Toto city pop?
No, because it's not Japanese.
Oh, so it's specifically Japanese,
J-pop.
but in that genre.
Yeah, and a lot of it's
Okay.
like a lot of it is women. So like women
Interesting.
vocalists.
So like the Yu Yu Hakusho intro.
Yeah,
is
there
like
are
city pop.
Yes. Yes, so it's like that. It's
That's a good example
similar.
of-
It's like very similar. So that's like
Yeah.
a '90s
Cool.
anime opening. The Yu Yu Hakusho opening is like the perfect example.
Yeah.
It's the closest you get.
It's fresh on the mind because I'm rewatching it again.
Yeah,
for, like,
yeah,
the fourth
I
time.
was too actually. I could have thrown that in one of my favorite things, but like hyper
Yeah.
specific. But yeah, all that to say is like
Yeah.
it's more synthy. It's more it is upbeat.
Yeah.
So the vibe is there. It's more synthy. Lots of bass lines, really groovy, dancey. But yeah, it's that discovering that is like, it is. Hannah phrased it perfectly. Just transcendent. Just you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So okay, I need your number 2.
yeah. All right.
I could have worded that
All right.
better.
My number 2.
I could have worded that better. Give me your number 2.
My second hyper-specific favorite thing is, you may know this. I don't know how much you sleep. You may know this, but it's like, you know those times when you get super tired and you fall asleep somewhere and then you wake up and you feel like you're in a separate timeline.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
that's like,
Dude,
you know, okay.
There's nothing like sleeping so hard that you feel like your brain just like matrixed into another body.
Yeah, you're
somewhere.
like, what? Oh, what? You wake up and you're like, holy shit. So
Yeah.
that you're gonna understand this as a worship musician. That's like the post Sunday nap,
Oh, that is the 2 to 3 o'clock Sunday nap.
dude. Mine is like a coma. I've
Post
literally,
lunch.
dude. I've
Yeah.
literally when you have like a 7:30 call time, and like you do 2 services back to back, and it's like 45 minutes there and back, and then
Yeah.
you get home, Dude, I've literally fallen asleep
dude.
at like 2 p.m. and woken up at like 10 a.m. the next day. And I'm
Good
just,
Lord.
yeah, and I'm just like, oh, I like rising
So,
from the dead. I'm
yeah,
just like,
yeah.
you know? And
So specific instance of that is when I worked at a church,
mhm.
we had me and two of my other friends that also worked at the church with me, and this is when we were all part-time and we were super young. We were like
Yeah.
early 20s.
Also, shout
like
out to Novice in the
2021,
chat.
all of
Sorry,
us.
I didn't say.
Oh yeah,
hello
no, you're
earlier.
good. Yeah. No, you're
But
good.
yeah, they're listening at work.
but-
So you were right, Andrew. People are listening at work. So
Hey,
Any-
yeah. Hope
anyway,
you're enjoying
continue,
your
sorry.
work day. So we had the church had a house. It
Mhm.
was the intern house. And half of the house was offices, but the other half was just like where we lived.
Yeah.
So it was like me and these two other dudes who were like part-time at the church. Most of us played in the band, and we would just like live there. We would walk down to the church on Sundays, and then half the band that we were all homies with, us and our girlfriends, would literally just go back up to the house. We would turn on like a show or football or something. We would all eat lunch at the house, and then we would literally all pass out
Yeah.
on couches, just kind of spread.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it looked like a murder scene because bodies were just everywhere.
somebody
Everybody
walks
was
in, I'm
just,
like, yep,
"Oh,
these guys are in
oh."
heaven right now. They made it.
Yeah, dude,
They
it was
made
crazy.
it. Oh, especially when you eat. Like there have been some Sundays where I would come home and I just didn't. I was just like, I can't do this. I just crawl into bed. Dude, I've slept in jeans for like 12 hours, and it's just, because like the night before.
That's the worst, dude.
Oh, I know. Like I know you've done that too. But like the night before,
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%.
I couldn't sleep because
That's just called tour.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh yeah, yeah. I remember doing that. Briefly,
that's tour.
but yeah,
Yeah.
just falling asleep after like a Sunday. But like, man, I don't typically take naps, but the post church nap, incredible. Yeah, dude, it literally will change your
crazy.
life. You will sleep
hits
better
so
than you
hard.
ever slept.
Honestly, regardless of whether you're a Christian or not, screw it. Go to church just to get the post-church nap.
Yeah, you don't have to listen.
Forget any other reason.
You just gotta
Yeah,
wake
just
up. You just have to
Get
wake
tired.
up, get ready. You know, be nice, presentable.
Yeah.
And then just like go listen for like an hour and a half.
Suffer through mindless talking.
Yeah, and then come home. Make sure the church is like a good 30 to 45 minutes away too, and that'll just
And that there's a good restaurant that you can get some belly filling food in between.
Oh, there was this
like
place.
a Zaxby's.
Oh,
Or like you know what I'm talking about?
I
or
know.
Like,
There was this
or like a
place-
Raising Cane's, baby.
I did that last Sunday actually.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude.
I know
It's
it was-
It's always a chicken restaurant
Oh,
or a
yeah.
Mexican restaurant.
Oh yeah, of course. So there was this place in my hometown. It's not there anymore. It used to be called the Plaza, and I would love
Yeah.
going there as a kid after church with my parents. We would go there, and it was like southern food, like southern like kind of
Like
comfort
meat
food
and
and
three kind of thing.
yeah, and then like it was the best. I miss that place very much. So we both got our
Yeah,
2
dude.
for 2s down. That no,
yeah, baby.
you are so right about that. Like just
It's so specific, but I know you know what I'm talking about.
do,
You
because,
wake up
like-
and you're just like, where am I? What time is it?
Dude, that
Why am
was
I in
like-
this house? Am I in my house or
that was
somebody else's
like
house? Where
that
is my
was like
family?
dude, Ian and I after Big Gig when we were up at like
Oh, God,
6
bro.
a.m. and then I played
I would argue that the post big gig nap sleep is even more this situation that I'm talking about than the post church nap.
Yeah,
the post
so-
big gig sleep
yeah,
is
dude.
like
And then
a
Novice
totally
says,
different world.
Novice says, I nap whenever I can, although they weren't so much as naps as they were sleeps in like 2-3 hours. I feel that I have a full-time job, so it's more on the weekends. Yeah, I feel that because like
Hey,
mine,
bro.
I don't nap. I coma. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
So yeah, with
conked,
the
bro.
whole. So for context for the viewers, we played. Andrew and I both played this thing that our friend Ian put together. It's called Big Gig, and it was just like a bunch of bands playing all day. So I remember Ian, Scott,
Starts
and I.
at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, so Ian,
and
Scott,
it
and I
goes
were
to
up at like 6
midnight
a.m.
or 2 a.m.
Yeah, we were up at like 6
Yeah.
a.m. I played with a band called Love It. We played at like 5 or 6 p.m. And then I played with Stay Here. Shout out to Stay Here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I played with Stay Here that night, so I played twice. And then Ian,
Like 1
Scott, and
a.m..
I. Oh, Riley, my girlfriend, naps for a whole 6 hours at a time. I only nap for like 30-ish minutes. Dude, yeah. You are stronger than me
That
because
6-hour nap is the
Riley,
the
I am your
crazy
girlfriend.
dead sleep nap.
So,
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. And then it was Ian, Scott, and I. We went back to my house, and then we slept for like maybe not even an hour. We got up, played Ian and I played 2 Sunday sets that morning. I remember I got home, and I tanked. I was dead, and it felt so good. But anyway, okay, so what would be my third? My third, just
what's your
absolute, just hyper specific thing that I like. I'll tell you. I love grindy video games because
Okay.
what I like to do, I just recently I've had a lot of free time in January, so I replayed Elden Ring because I had to because my PS4 just shit the bed. So I bought it on PC and I played through it again. I love specifically.
I have yet to play Elden Ring.
It's my favorite.
I know I would lose so much time.
Oh, you would.
I know I would lose like a life's worth of time.
I played through it. I probably put like at least 50 hours, at least 50 into the last month of Elden Ring. So what I love to do is I love to get a game that I'm like super invested in, whether it's like Pokemon or like Elden Ring or like a Souls game or like any game that I like, and just for hours, just killing hours of time watching like old YouTube stuff, like old YouTube, like Angry Video Game Nerd, like YouTube, and just binging all the stuff I used to watch as a kid. And that's it, just for hours. And it's so because I used to do that a lot when I was
grinding on some video games.
Yeah, so I used to do that a lot. I need to get back into Hollow Knight. I want to stream it this week, but like, I used to do that when I was younger, especially on like fall break. I remember a specific fall break. I remember having my Wii and the Virtual Console and just playing all the games on the Virtual Console. Super Castlevania 4 was a big one for me, especially around the fall. Like, so it's like October-ish, November-ish, and it was like the perfect. And then like Christmas break, Paper Mario 2, I remember playing that, and I used to record it and like upload it to YouTube like a decade. It was literally over a decade ago, and I played all the way up to like Christmas Day, and then we went to my grandparents and had Christmas. So also Hannah says yes. Hollow Knight,
Hannah,
gosh,
100%.
Yeah. 500 hours in the Hollow
100%
Knight.
it counts, Hannah.
Yes. No, that's it. Yeah, just like
I have also put an insane amount of time into Hollow Knight specifically because it's just so big. And also you kind of get lost because it's so massive and there's so many specific ways you have to get to the next place. Yeah. I feel like that, whereas Elden Ring is more like you level things up and that's the grind, you know? Or like a Pokemon, which is like my version of that essentially, which is like, you know, you're grinding to level stuff up and to enjoy, you know, the game. That Hollow Knight's version of that is getting utterly lost and confused on where you are and just trying to not die and find places.
Oh, I know. I died so many times just trying to get from point A to point B. Also, Chloe says my Mario Kart hours are ridiculous. Oh my god, just a game about racing. No, it's so good because like you find a game that you're like super into and you can just play forever and ever. That's me, and like, dude, literally I've beaten Dark Souls in one sitting because I'm just like, all right, let's go. And like, I don't know if, let me see. I got to remember my things. Okay, this might be like another hyper specific thing.
That's why you got to write them down, baby.
Okay, I'll separate them. So all I'll say, you want to talk ridiculous hours in a game? I have 10K hours into Borderlands 2. I remember playing Borderlands 2 with Dylan.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I remember playing that with
I can
Dylan.
see how you could do that, though. I can see how you could do that.
I sucked at it. I never
Especially
found guns that like I could never find a gun that like did enough damage. I had a little pistol and it was like do nothing, but this was forever ago, so I was bad at it. So what is your number 3?
A game for that was like let me say this first. A game that was like me for that was, did you ever play Child of Light?
No.
Child of Light was an indie game that I loved so much.
Yeah.
And I feel like I could probably go back and play it and do more, but like the main storyline is so good and the art style is so cool, and it's like kind of turn-based. It reminds me a lot of Final Fantasy VII. When, you know, you have like everything's like timeline based, you know? So like the amount of time, you know, your turn-based time, and then you can like reset people on time. Dude, yeah, pull up Child of Light. It's so cool.
Just gameplay or the trailer?
Yeah, and gameplay. Everything is watercolor based. Like all the backgrounds and stuff are watercolor.
This person is playing
so
new
sick.
game plus expert.
Yeah, go ahead and just mute it. So yeah, you can see it right there. Everything's timeline based.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
And
the
it's
weight
like,
and the cast.
Dude, but it's all watercolory and stuff. It's so awesome. I wish the game was longer though. I wish it was like 3 or 4 times longer than it actually the main storyline.
Dude, literally, I'm gonna sound crazy for this, but I feel that way about Elden Ring. Like, that game is massive.
Well, the DLC probably helped with that a lot.
It's coming out soon. It's got to come out this year.
I know.
It has to.
Yeah, it's coming out really soon. It's really soon.
That's why I built a character.
I think it's going to be I know. I think it's going to be a problem because it's going to come out, I think, near the summer. And no one's going to go outside and everyone's just going to stay inside.
We're all going to be pale and sickly. But, like, okay, let's see.
But, yeah, this game is awesome, dude. You need to play this game. You can get it on Steam, I'm pretty sure, for low-key, not a lot. But it is such a fun game.
I need to get that in Power World.
You know,
I feel like I could waste a lot of time in Power World. I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Sure.
So,
so it's
Novice
like you can do certain things that... What did you say?
Oh, I was going to read.
Novice
says, I've been playing Palia the past couple of days.
Palia is so cool too, dude.
If I don't know what it is, Andrew does. He always does.
Yeah,
Riley
is really
says,
cool.
I replayed constantly since launch. So Riley likes Child of Light as well. I've done 2 full playthroughs of Persona 5, and I'm on round 3. That's insane. Like, Persona's huge.
That's crazy.
Is
not
it like
a small
Persona
game.
5
That's
Royal?
Not a small game.
Because like Persona 5 Royal would be like the bigger version of that.
It's massive.
Yep.
Yeah, it's massive. Andy from Harm is a big Persona 5 guy.
Yeah, Frank is. Like, Frank has started doing Persona 3, the new one they dropped.
Yeah.
He did Persona 5.
Yeah.
He streamed Persona
that
5
update.
a lot. But so what was your?
But yeah, this is the overworld. What you're watching right now is the overworld of the game.
It looks
very
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, these like 2D
and then you
indie.
You touch people and then it goes into the thing, and it's all like watercolor and ink based, and yeah, it's so awesome, dude.
There's cool art styles and stuff. That in a game like I know it's a different genre, but Axiom Verge is what I bought. I bought it on Steam. It was like $2.
Yeah,
or something, and it's like it's closer to Metroid than it is to this, but like that 2D style where you like explore a world and like do all that. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. But yeah, so this is actually kind of pieced back into my previous favorite thing about the media that I feel like not a lot of people know about. Like the diamond in the media that not a lot of people know. I bought this on the Wii U. And I was like, oh, this looks really cool. I'd never heard of it. I just took a chance and bought it. The gameplay looked pretty cool. And it turned out to be actually one of my favorite indie games that I've played in a really long time. But yeah, I'll get to my my next one. So my next hyper specific favorite thing, and before I say this, also, if you're listening to this, this will be on audio, this will be on video, on a VOD, and it will be on its own YouTube channel, not Brooks's YouTube channel. Like
yeah,
we're
the
from right
VOD
now.
will stay.
It'll be on its own. The VOD will
sorry,
stay,
the
but it'll
live-
be on at Things We Like Pod.
Yeah. But eventually the goal would
Things We
be
Like
to
Pod
build it
on YouTube.
enough to where we live stream on the new channel. So, but now we're just doing it
Yes.
here just to
So if you're
build. Yeah.
Yes. So if you're enjoying this, you watch it and you like it and you want to support, go subscribe to that channel. We'll have it linked in the description eventually
Yeah.
after this if you want to come back and check it.
That's one thing I forgot
And
to
then the
do,
audio
so-
will come out later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that later. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so go do that. That would be super helpful so we can do it over there and have a good time with it over there. Anyway, my third hyper specific thing, and I know you're going to love this, Brooks. I thought about you when I did this.
Oh yeah.
It's when you're playing in a live band, and everything just locks, especially in bass, when you and the drummer are just like in
You
sync.
know, that moment in Gangster's Paradise where it goes, oh, like that, yeah. Also,
Yeah.
Anna, what's up? Good morning,
That's
Anna. Love you too, Anna. Thanks for
transcendent
showing
moment,
up.
bro.
I love you very much.
Yeah. That's transcendent moment right
Oh,
there,
dude,
That's
yeah, when, like,
the moment. Ugh.
Yeah, especially as a bassist, like drum and bass, when you're locked with your drummer and you're just like, I love to match the kicks. So it's like, if you like if you're playing a worship song on a Sunday and the kick is like, doo, 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 dun, 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 dun. That's how I'd play bass. Just do
Yeah.
6 6 6 to the 4, dun 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 dun. And then you can
But
add
the
your
next
own
level
little...
of that is when you do runs but the drummer knows you're gonna do a
Oh,
run,
yeah.
and so he like adds some extra stuff that like fits
Yeah,
exactly what you play.
Sam and I
you're
do
just
hits.
so in tune with each
Yeah,
other.
we do hit.
Oh,
I've been playing
God.
with my friend Sam for like 8 years now. And what we do,
Yeah.
like we can like almost read each other sometimes, not all the time, because you know you can't
Mm-hmm.
read people's minds, but like a lot of times I know what he's gonna do, or he just gives me a look,
Yeah.
and then it's like we feel it. It's just it's like a chemistry, you know. It's like, and then
Oh, yeah.
I'm building that with Austin too. So shout out to Austin Yeagle. He's
Yeah.
amazing. But like we're building that, and I can't wait to build that with Austin to where like we just glance at each other
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, I know what he's gonna do. I know this because we like
Yeah.
we get that. Well, like we come from a worship background of like we have those sensibilities of like, oh, we know that like. Like we know how to build and like the dynamics
Yeah,
of a
yeah.
build and the dropping out and like stuff like that. Like I'm not perfect
Yeah.
at it. I'll never be perfect at it, but like I know it enough.
Speaking of Austin Yeagle in the chat, baby. Let's go.
Oh yeah, hey, we were
Austin
just
Yeagle
talking
in the
shit
chat.
about you, dog. But what I was saying is like you know those like worship sensibilities where it's like building and like the dynamics of each other, and like I'm looking forward to like just playing all the time with Austin, and like we just look at each other. It's an
Yeah.
unspoken like drummer and bassist bond where like locking with a drum. Oh, it's no, you're right. And then on top of that,
Dude,
like guitar and like keys
I
and
was
like
gonna
all.
say the next level version of that is correctly navigating a worship situation where that's fully just freeform.
Oh yeah,
Like when everybody's just on the same page,
I
the
got
MD's
chills.
killing it, and yeah, I know, right? Just like thinking
Yeah.
about it, you're like, oh god, there's just like nothing like that. When everybody just moves in the right space, you know, you're doing runs together, or you're doing hits together, or you're cutting out in spaces, and you're shifting chord progressions around, and
Yeah.
god, there's nothing more fun
yeah, Austin.
than
This
that
was meant to
in a live
be.
situation, and you're just calling it.
Oh yeah,
dude.
yeah. And then you're that we've had Sundays where we're just like just on. You know, everybody was on, the vocals were on.
Yeah.
Everybody was on, and we were just like You know, just like
Yeah, dude.
it's been really great. So I love doing that. Like I totally agree.
That's
I
That's
totally
my hyper-specific musician thing.
Oh, dude. Okay, so let me lead into my fourth thing. So my fourth
Okay.
thing. Well, I was gonna leave it for like last because it's my favorite thing just
Okay.
of all time forever.
Okay.
Hannah calls it the zone, and I'm like, yeah. So Hannah's an artist, so
Yeah.
she knows when she's like, if she's drawing
Yeah.
something, if she's like, you know, in that creative space where she's just like,
Yeah.
There.
I call it the flow state.
oh, the flow state. Yeah, I do that with editing. I do that with streaming, even.
Yeah.
Like sometimes
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
streamed and I'm just like,
Chat's popping.
yeah,
like, you're
it's just
in the
everything is
game,
just
you're,
firing,
you're
and then,
you
like,
got these quips.
yeah, funny
dude.
stuff is happening. Like sometimes I'll stream and I got nothing, but that's just like, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
not every song's a hit, baby. You know, like you got to have
Yeah.
some deep cuts every now
Not
and
every-
then. Some
Exactly.
you can have three
Exactly.
singles on a
Some
record, and then
B-sides.
you have 7 B-sides or like 7 deep cuts, and then you have
Yeah,
like
yeah.
2 B-sides. So you know, stuff like that.
Yep.
But my favorite thing of all time, ever, is like crafting a bass line for anything. Hold on, let me read this. No, this is. What do you do
Yep.
if and when you feel super bleh but still need to perform? Sometimes I'll just wake up super bleh but I still need to go to work, and I can only imagine how hard it is as a live performer. You know, we've been doing it for so long that like it's just like our brains turn off and we just do it. Like
Yeah.
it's like second nature to us. It's same for work. You know
Yeah.
how people like if you go to your job and you just know exactly what you need to do and you're just like honestly you just
Okay, so I have very good example of this. Hold on. There's a that literally talks about this. There's a book that I read literally in January, called Feel Good Productivity. It's really, really good, but it talks about literally this thing, and it's all about like, and you do this too, Brooks, I'm sure, which is like you find the thing that makes you excited about it.
Yeah.
So like you hone in on that one thing that makes you really stoked. And then that's all you focus on, right?
Yeah.
So it's like if you're walking into a Sunday situation, you're either like, I really like this song, so you get super stoked to play it,
Yeah.
and that makes everything better, or you're like, oh, I want to try something new with like, you know, Austin or Sam, and so you talk to them about like trying something random on a song, and that gets you excited, or you know, something like that really helps you like kick out all the negativity surrounding it and really
Yeah.
focus on something positive, and therefore that makes everything else positive. Here, let me show you the book.
I'm like holding in a sneeze too, so I'm just like, oh, it's burning.
This book, it's really, really good. Would highly
Nice.
recommend.
I need to buy it. My bookshelf is back here,
It's really, really good.
so
Whether
I
you're in
need
a
to add
creative
to
field or not, it doesn't really matter.
yeah, I
just a good
totally
book.
get that. I have to do that when
Would
I'm
highly
editing
recommend.
because like editing is like it can be a slog for me sometimes. But like I also I have to do things like I don't know how you work when it comes to like mixing and stuff like that. But like
Yeah.
when I work, do you either do everything in like sets or do like chunks of it? So for example, when I'm cutting like a short, I have to find the piece and then I have to watch it back and cut it to make it more coherent and shorter and faster and punchier. Then I have to go in, find my camera angles, and then I have to,
Do all of your excess edits, like your
Yeah.
punch ins and your extra.
yeah, I have to
things
fix
and your,
I have to fix the
third
crop and
footage.
everything, and then I throw the
Yep.
text on top. So if I have like 4 shorts in a row that I have to do, would you either A, do everything to everything, like I do all those steps for all of it, or do like finish one short from start to finish, or finish another short from start to finish, or finish the third one from start to finish? I have
yeah, I see what you're saying.
I have to do it. I have
what
to
do
do
you,
it in
What do you
like
normally do?
what I have to do. I've tried both, and I feel like my
Okay.
brain feels like I get more done when I'm doing like pieces to everything. If that makes sense, because it's like if I have like
Yeah.
again, like I have 4 shorts, I'll pick like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. I'll cut all of 5, 4, I can't count, but like I'll pick my moments for all of them, and then for all of them, the next step, I'll like cut them, and then the next step for all of them in a row, I will like change the crops, and then I'll do the text. So like it feels like I'm more productive that way. So to answer the question that Novice had was like, that's sort of how I do it. I have to like just kind of push through, and like Andrew said, just find the thing that you like that gets excited, because there are certain things I like more than other things when it comes to editing. Like I love just kind of like organizing. I love putting things together, but then there's sometimes where I have editor's block, and I'm just like, what can I do to make this good? What can I do to make this funny? And I'll sit on an edit for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, what do I do? But sometimes I'll just be like in the zone on one edit, and I'm like, oh, this will be really funny. This will be really, and I'm just like, just like doing all the stuff. So like, Andrew said it best, but for me, I have to kind of just.
I feel you. My version of that is where you're talking about like whether I do it in pieces or kind of like the whole thing in sequence with each other. That for music, it kind of depends. So because I outsource some of my work to other people.
Yeah.
So like some things I can get to a point. And so like if I'm not editing any of the vocals, let's say that's a really good example. I'm working on a project right now, or I'm about to start working on a project right now where I'm not going to be editing the vocals. Ryan Love is actually going to be editing the vocals. And so what I'll do is I'll do all the pre-production, get the song up, get it tracked, get it to where it needs to be for all of the songs at the same time, right? So we'll go through each song and be like, all right, we're going to make sure all the songs are good. We're going to make sure all the vocals are tracked, right?
Yeah.
And I get it to a point where it hits Ryan, and then Ryan will send me back, a song at a time.
Yeah.
And so then it diverts into, so I'm doing them all at the same time until I hit a certain point.
Yeah.
And then it diverts into one song at a time from start to finish on the mixing side of things.
That makes sense.
So it's kind of both.
Yeah,
it's kind
every
of both.
medium is different
it's
too.
It's made my process a little faster, just because. Well, and also like just because I'm working with other people in that scenario, I can just say, hey Ryan, focus on one song at a time.
Yeah.
Knock it out, and then I get to take it from start to finish, and then hopefully by the time I'm done with that song, I'm getting the next song from him.
Yeah.
So then I can just go and then learn from each song as it goes.
I like the idea of whatever makes you feel the best in that given moment, because there are days where you're
100%.
like, oh, you're just dragging and you're just like trying to. It's like that one.
And sometimes you don't want to do it. Sometimes you don't want to do any of it. Sometimes you're just like, I don't.
That's my relationship with editing. It's like I never want to do it.
Yeah.
But like I do it because that's what I know.
Yeah, and sometimes Hannah also said this, and this is big. Getting started and having like a consistency as far as like your schedule and waiting on inspiration doesn't really work. So
it doesn't.
Who was it? I think it was Hemingway, or it was something like that. That it was a writer who said, "I only work when I'm inspired. It just so happens that I am inspired at 6 a.m. every single morning."
That's
because he gets up every single morning and writes at 6 a.m. And he forces his inspiration.
That's good, because like that's my biggest issue.
Takes the step of getting started.
Yeah, my biggest issue is just consistency and schedule, just with what I do, because like nothing I do is like I can create consistency if I really try hard, but there are a lot of times where it's just like things happen and things change, and it's just like I'm not a last minute person, but operating in the church world is like you have to adapt to that. So it's like mess my brain chemistry up to where it's like I can do it. You and I can both do it, but it's not ideal.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ghost said I learned shot productivity in college, and my brain is now wired to do one step on all pieces with one tool before moving on to the next tool. Because on time, so it's like you just do it in. So you're the person that like you do it in chunks. It seems like, and then novice says, sounds like me making word throw up at like 2 a.m. for a fanfic. Honestly, Austin says, people I work with help me a lot. I've been pretty burnt out prior to arriving to the church on Sundays, but in the morning I'm truly happy. Yeah, dude, I totally get that because the people around you will. I can't. Dylan had a really good quote. I don't know where he got it from, but he's like, it's like a certain ship raises all sails or something like. I don't know what that.
Rising tide raises all ships.
Yeah, that's what it is. Rising tide raises all. Yeah, okay.
Rising tide raises
that's what
all
it is.
ships.
I couldn't remember that to save my life.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. The other quote that I said was William Faulkner. That's who said
Okay,
that.
I got you. So yeah, all that back to what I was
remember.
saying before.
Yeah.
Which was my fourth thing was like it was like I'd have to watch it back because you know both of our brains work that way. So we'll start at point A and end at point Q. So like my favorite thing of all time is just crafting a bass line. Because if it's like if I'm covering a song, if I'm playing on Sunday, if I'm writing, if I am tracking, if I'm whatever it is, it's like my because it's the thing I do best. I think is like when I'm given a song.
Yeah.
If Ryan is like, because we tracked the ABCL stuff recently, and Ryan was like, "Hey, can you listen to this and do something a little different that matches the drums and matches these dynamics that I'm looking for?" I listened to it for like 5 seconds, and I'm like, "I got it. I did it in like 2 or 3 takes."
Yeah.
And it's just like I'm not good at most things, but that I feel like I just have. And if it comes to like a song on Sunday morning where it's like, all right, I like to work out pieces in my brain of what I'm going to play and how I'm going to play it. And when it all comes together and I'm like, everything that I want to do is done, I'm like, oh, it's like, perfect. Chef's kiss, and that is probably the most fulfilling, satisfying thing that I do ever. Whether it's music or just being creative in general, is just being able to craft that like perfect performance. Because I'm not a big like spontaneous dude when it comes to art or music or whatever, and I know a lot of people are. I don't like it. I'm honestly, it's a Nolly thing too, because Nolly's very that way. Nolly is very like everything is like specific. I love his approach to that too. It's like from the way he picks to the way he approaches a song or production or whatever, it's just everything is like mapped out in his brain, and it's not to be rigid, it's to do what's best for that given thing. And I don't look at it as a way of like, oh, I'm in a box, but it's like I'm doing with limitation comes innovation. So it's like if I have these parameters
100%.
that I have to work with, this is what I can do given the circumstances. And that's super satisfying to me. So I'm not a spontaneous kind of dude. I'm not like let's improv, let's do this. I'm like, I need to work my parts out. And when I do that and I execute it the way that my brain needs it to be done and it serves the overall everything, that is my favorite thing ever, ever.
Yeah.
So that's my process. So
yeah, I have. So my next one is not necessarily, Yes Ghost. That is from VeggieTales. So I can, before I get to my fourth thing, I can give you the story on why I have this. So in 2019, I did a music video and song with my friend Shama. It was we remixed the VeggieTales theme song. Went pretty viral on like socials and whatnot. I think since then it's done about like 5 or 6 million streams on Spotify. But Big Idea sent us this in 2019 when we worked with them to remix a bunch of VeggieTales songs, and we had like a show, and with them that was streaming only. That was pretty cool for one season, and yeah, it was pretty cool. So that's why I have these. They gave them to me. Oh, hi, Huxley. They gave these to me whenever I went to, where was it? Tulsa, and we shot 7 or 8 episodes of a TV show with Big Idea, and spent a month re-recording and remixing a bunch of old silly songs. So yeah, they're all on YouTube now. I think at least most of them are. I think almost all of them are, at least. You'll see me and Shama in all of them. We got to act in it. That was pretty fun. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's what those are for. That's always a good story that I like to tell. It was one of my crowning achievements of my producer career so far.
That's cool.
Being able to do that.
It's like a full circle. Next you're gonna show up in Bible Man.
Well, we already did. Do you already see the Bible Man that we did?
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
I'm about to blow your. Hold on. I'm gonna send it to you so you can pull it up on stream, so that you can show the people. So before we move on, because this is like a good halfway point, maybe a little over halfway point, 2/3 of the way point.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Shama and a bunch of our Greenville crew. So should I drop it in Discord chat for you, or what?
Oh, if I pull the Discord.
I'll drop it in Discord. You can pull it up, and then you can pull it up and.
We might get our first freeze frame
and then change
of
the screen
series, because when I switch over to Discord, it'll.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me make sure that Discord is on the other side. It was not. Discord needs to be right here. Oh, I do remember this.
But you're not showing it right now anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No, let's see.
Make that junk big.
Make it big. I can do that.
Make it big.
Let's see.
Or like theater mode or whatever.
Oh yeah, I forgot about theater mode. Yeah.
Yeah, and then unmute it, and then let's
show
this to the people. So, context for this. Fully
too loud?
Shot. No, it's good. We scored this ourselves. We shot this ourselves. We all acted in it. All of these are Greenville people that I'm friends with.
The youth group is dying, and this feels different.
There is only one person who can save us.
Dude, yeah, I remember. Oh, the OG Bible Man.
Yeah, dude.
That's some trauma.
Wait till you see the suit we got for this guy.
I do remember you sending me this. I think when I first met you, you showed me this.
Yeah.
That's a very. So this is a very oh man, this is a very 2015 youth stage.
Yep. I think it's literally on a youth stage. Yeah. Bro, we went ham on this suit, dude.
Yep.
I'm Bible Man.
Look at that thing.
We have work to do.
We?
That's amazing.
The Lambo.
I've spotted unusual activity in Sector 6.
The VFX on this were really cool too.
Affirmative. Initiating code red.
Where did y'all get the car?
We called in a favor from somebody that we knew.
That's how you
Yeah.
do it, man.
Yeah.
Man,
this
this dude,
VFX work.
look, Bible Man only has one Bible. You'd think he'd have
Yeah, what the
NIV,
What the heck?
New King James. You'd
I
think he'd
know.
be studying, man. He has one. He's like, I only need one.
I only need one.
Full armor sequence.
Wait till you see the lightsabers.
Oh, this is.
What are we up against?
We fight against
We did a whole
I'm only here
fight
because
sequence
my
that we
parents
did. This was
brought me.
basically our idea was let's make Bible Man, but like Christopher Nolan shot it.
Dude, yeah. And then it's just like y'all flip just like a giant truck and blow it up in the street of South Carolina.
I wish.
That's awesome.
Wish.
Riley said
It wasn't quite.
Austin said, I love the joy that appeared on Drew's face when he prompted to share this. Yeah, dude. This is like the first. He showed me this when I first met him. I swear. Riley said, if Bible Man came to me and said, find God, I'd listen. Bible Man is badass.
I don't even think this was done when I showed it to you.
Oh, I think it wasn't. You're right. That suit is really cool too.
Dude. You know how hard it was to get lightsabers that didn't flicker?
I couldn't imagine.
Because most lightsabers have the pulse. They're not like a solid, fast LED. So getting it on a 60 FPS camera to not flicker was a pain.
That is sick. And then
these are all shot on reds.
Just for context,
we spent way too much time and money on this thing.
For people who's never seen it,
yeah,
this is Bible Man fights the Prince of Pride.
This isn't Tyler's.
What the fuck is this? Sorry, Bible Man. I said, sorry, Bible Man. Oh my!
But yeah, dude, no, it's crazy.
This isn't Tyler's style. You're right.
It's nobody's style.
That's nobody. That's pictogram
Let me try something.
art.
Yeah, that's like DS chat.
Yeah, I know.
It's our Prince of Pride.
No.
And I'll bet he's here.
Oh, fun.
And I'll bet. Hi. How is the lovely couple? Shnikes.
Shnikes. Shnikes, bro. Oh my god, bro.
The repeated sound effects of I've never heard of Bible Man before. Hannah, I'm gonna bless you. They used to play this at youth thing. I remember having the VHS of and they would play Bible Man. And I remember a friend of mine had the outfit and the lightsabers. So this is
good lord, dude.
I don't think
this is wild, dude.
Is that PC?
No, it's not.
No, I wouldn't think so.
No, it's not. It's
where he's
so
not.
That's
that's
yeah.
a little insensitive.
It's incredibly offensive. This is very, very, very.
I will be the victor in this contest.
They're just making fun of fight sequences. Yeah.
You got any force? Go fish.
Damn, that's funny as hell. But
yeah, dude.
Yeah, when you just
stupid.
Yeah, when you just unserious ass Bible Man, dude. When you're if you're sitting there going that's
oh god,
that's kind of cringe.
Incredibly offensive.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh god. All right.
Bible Man. So what is your fourth thing? The most cringe fight scenes in memory is definitely Power Rangers. This puts Power Rangers to shame.
I mean, that's probably. All right, my fourth thing. This is so this is my favorite thing, but this is very unrelatable because not everybody has kids.
Mm-hmm.
But my absolute favorite thing is the moment, because my son is about to turn 3.
Yeah.
And so he's getting really good at talking recently. And he'll run up to me and be like, Dad, let's go play in Micah's room. And he gets so pumped about playing with Dad. That is free. My heart just explodes.
Yeah, that's
whenever
a
he does
very
that, dude.
yeah.
That is genuinely one of my favorite things in the world.
That's like everybody in a band called Love, but me could like
But
have
you.
that experience. But that's
Yeah.
really cool. Oh, Dr. Deathwish,
Dude.
what's up, dude? Good morning, man. But yeah, that is
Yeah, dude.
I met Micah this
Yeah, you did.
last year. Weird, it was last year technically. And he was so funny
Yeah,
to
in
me
December.
because he would come up and like I would be working on my laptop. He just comes and like sits on my like I'm like the band uncle, first of all.
Yeah.
And the way that CJ is,
He'll just come sit next to you.
yeah, he'll just sit because like CJ and Micah are older. They're like the same age roughly.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. They're pretty much the same age.
and then Blake and Austin, their daughters are like very
They got
very
baby
young
babies.
But
Yeah.
it's cool like having that experience of like I love living vicariously through other people's families. And
Yeah.
it's really nice to have that, you know, like he'll just he
Dude.
just sat on my foot and I was just like, all
Yep.
right, you chose this. And
All right.
just like bouncing him.
Kicking him around, and that's what he wants.
Yeah.
That's all he wants. He wants
On
to ride a horse.
record,
He'll sit on your
kicked
foot and go,
Andrew's son.
yeah. He'll go ride horsey and sit on your feet.
Yeah, he
And you'll
will.
Go, all
And
right, and then you'll
it's
just
so
like lift him
crazy.
a bunch of times. It's so
Dude,
funny.
he was so funny. Like his mood changes so much because his mood literally is like
Yeah.
he's like having a good time and then he's like because he's like just upset about something and then
Yeah.
he switches immediately and then he switches right back.
Yeah, he's just. that's
CJ's
his,
funny because CJ will do that
ADHD
too. Like
present.
yeah, CJ will do that
Cody
too.
Ponce, what's up in the chat?
Oh, hey Cody, what's up? Yeah, CJ will do that too. Like I'll be hanging out with Ian and Kelsey. We went to
Yeah.
good old John Stanik's house. Shout out to
Oh,
Mr.
nice.
John Stanek. But we went to his place and we were watching like just music videos. And CJ would be sitting
Yeah.
there because she dances. She loves music, so she'll dance to music.
Yeah.
And like she'll hang out with me. Like we're friends. Like it's weird because we're friends already.
Yeah.
And it's nothing to them. They just like I love communicating to like kids and babies like I'm talking to you. That's the way I've always done
Yeah.
it. Because my sister, I have a sister and she is 13. She just turned 13, which is crazy. I'm 27, she's 13, so we're 14 years apart. But
Yeah.
and like that's one thing I wish I did with her growing up more was like when I learned when my brain switch is like, oh yeah, just talk to them as if you're talking to a regular person. And it makes everything
Yeah.
so much easier because like I save
It also makes everything funnier.
I say that for like animals and dogs and like cats.
Yeah,
If I'm petting a cat
Yeah.
or like my dog at home, like I'll talk to him like he's stupid. Like I'll go, like I'll just like
Yeah,
like when
yeah.
you love something so much, and then like my longest online friend on her 13 years had a baby a while ago, and it's so wild to me how much time has passed. Dude, yeah, 20 when I'm 28. Yeah, this year Dylan and I will have been friends for 20 years. So that's crazy.
That's crazy.
But yeah,
That's crazy.
That I can't
But yeah,
can't
dude,
relate to that feeling you have
It's one
personally.
of those things. It's hard to describe unless you are a dad and or a mom or a parent and have like that experience. But the moment he runs in, he'll grab my hand and go, "Play in Micah's room with Daddy," and I'll go, "What do you want to play?" And he goes, "Trains." And then we run in there. We'll play with planes, and we're like, "Oh yeah, let's do it." And then we build a train set, and then he like, or he'll go cars, or he's been super into Mario lately.
Yeah.
And so he'll go play Mario game, and I'll go, "You want to watch Dad play? Or you want to watch Mom play?" He'll go, "Dad," and he'll think about it. He'll go, Dad," and then he's been loving the Mario movie, so he'll want to watch me play like Mario 64, just because it's more Mario than he can watch. That's different.
Yeah, it's like you think that's
yeah.
cool? Check this out.
It's
Plays
crazy.
all of them.
Yeah. What? Yeah. My best friend of like 20 years had a kid recently, and dude, it's crazy. Like, I'm 32, and we just had Micah 2 years ago, so I had him when I was like 29 or 30.
That's my dad had me.
Like, he's about to turn 3, and like, I think it's a good time if you're gonna have a kid, because you've kind of enjoyed your life, you know, and like if you're going to like, it's like that's a solid time frame to have it, because now you're like an adult, you understand priorities and all that kind of
Your
stuff.
brain's
and now
matured too. Like
you can move into
exactly.
You can actually like feel like you can be an adult around a child. So, but yeah, no, that is my favorite thing, but it is not my most relatable favorite thing.
Ours. Both of ours came kind of early.
Yeah.
So I guess I would say my last and final thing.
Final favorite thing from Brooks.
Round. So
drum roll.
Very specific thing that I like is I love to plan. Like, okay, I'm a very organized brain. So if I'm going to start a Pokemon game or like a Souls game, one of my favorite things ever to do is to build my team before I go into it, or create my build before I go into it. Like, if I'm doing anything, I could not. I hate blind runs.
I vibe with this so hard.
Because, like, the older we get, the less time we have, like, mentally, especially mentally, for learning new things. And, like, if look, life's hard enough. I don't like being challenged as much as living is already a challenge. So I love FromSoft games, but I'll make them as easy as possible for me. Because I'm not trying to do the whole blind Souls run. Like, that may be a hot take, that may be controversial, but, like, I think the whole idea of the blind Souls run is overrated. Because it's so stressful.
Okay.
Like, it's so stressful, and people love it. People love the idea of going in blind and learning everything. But I'm like, you know what I don't like is losing. I like to win. And so when I build a character, I'm like Unga Bunga strength anyway. I've tried spell builds. I've tried faith builds. I had like a faith strength in Dark Souls, and I did PvP a long time ago. And I loved that. But like spells and stuff, like, that's not my go-to. I'm like, give me big sword. Let me chop. Big sword, bonk. Hammer. Hammer. So, like, you know, pre-planning things is so nice. Like, but, you know, I like challenges on games. That makes sense. Well, a lot of people do. Yeah, that's true. A lot of people like the challenge of games because it's like everybody's different. Like, people like the escapism of challenge. And it's like when your brain is focused on, like,